Good morning, learners and viewers at home. Hope you have woken up well this morning. Glad to have you again this Monday. My name is Teacher Esther. I shall be taking you through English Class 8. And in today's lesson, we shall tackle the grammar part and we shall deal with tenses. Tenses are part of grammar. We also learn them when we are learning the language patterns. So that is what we are going to cover today basically. And tenses are very, very important in the English language. We use them when writing compositions. We use them in our comprehensions and even in the clause. They are very common. So when we are talking about tenses, a tense is used to describe time in relation to a verb. So welcome to KU TV Elimu Live. So today is 18th of May 2020. I said we shall cover grammar and we shall deal with tenses in English. Tenses in English. We have three main types of tenses in English. One, we have present tense. That is number one. Present tense. Number two, we have the past tense. Three, we have the future tense. Now, when we are talking of the present tense, we are talking about actions that are taking place currently. Actions taking place currently. With the past tense, it talks about actions that took place in the past. The future tense talks about actions that will take place in future. So those are the three main types of tenses that we have: present tense, past tense, and the future tense. Then these three types of tenses are further subdivided. So we can have the present tense first. Present tense. And then we look at the other types of present tense that we have. We have the present simple tense. That is number one, present simple tense. We use it when we are referring to actions. Used when referring to actions that are habitual. And also when talking about general truths. general truths. So the present simple tense is mostly used when we are talking about actions that are habitual, and also when we are talking about general truths. Now, habitual actions. I can have an example in a sentence. And I can say, this is habitual. I can say he acts, plays. In plural, I can say they act. Plays. There is something habitual. When I come to the general truths, for general truths, I can have an example in a sentence, and my sentence will be, the moon shines at night. The moon shines at night. Meaning there is no one time you will see the moon shining during the day. This is a truth. It will only shine at night. Another general truth I can say, the sun rises in the east. So when I'm talking about the sun rising in the east, there is no one day you will wake up and you find the sun rising from the north, the south, or the west. That is a general truth. That is one category of the present tense. Then I have another one of the present tense. This is the present continuous tense. Present continuous tense. And I hope learners, you are alert and you are taking some notes for your revision purposes. Continuous tense. With this one, it is also called the present participle. Also called the present participle. The present participle. There is another name for this kind of tense, and it refers to actions that are going on now. Refers to actions that are going on now. To actions that are going on now. And the verb ends with ing. So the verb that I will use will end with ing. I can have some examples in sentences. Sentence number 1, I can have this. Teacher Esther is teaching English. Is teaching English. You can as well say, we are listening to an English lesson. We are listening to an English lesson. So there is the present continuous tense, referring to actions that are going on now, and I've said the verb used should have ing, that is ing, as you can see in those sentences. So we have another category of the present tense, another category of the present tense. Category C present perfect tense, present perfect tense. Now, with the present perfect tense, it talks about actions that have just been done and completed. Talks about actions that have just been done and completed. For example, I have finished my homework. We can have a sentence. I have finished my homework. There is one. We can have a second sentence as an example. And we say she has cleaned the house. So with the present perfect tense, the verbs used should end with ed. That is how that tense is. Then with the final present tense category, we have the present perfect continuous tense. Present perfect continuous tense. With the present perfect continuous tense, this one talks about actions that have been going on. The actions can either be complete or they can still be going on. So it talks about actions that have been going on, and I've said the actions can either be complete, or are still going on. Can either be complete, all are going on. We can as well have some sentences with this kind of tense. And I can say this. Musa has been digging in the farm since morning. Has been digging in the farm since morning. There is one. Then I can have a second one and I can say they have been practicing the song since 8 a.m. They have been practicing the song since 8 a.m. So the present perfect continuous tense, the verb that has been used should have ing, and we have the helping verbs has, have, and then we must use the word been. So that is all about the present tense and the categories that are there. I hope learners, we are together and you are getting this. Then I move to the other type of tense and the categories that are there. The past tense. Past tense and the categories that are found in this kind of tense. So past tense, with the past tense, like I said, used to refer to actions that took place in the past. To actions that took place in the past. In the past. Now, with the past tense, we have 4 different types of the past tense. One, we have the simple past tense. That is one. Simple past tense. That is number 1. It talks about actions that have just happened a not long time ago. Talks about actions that have just happened. That have just happened not long time ago. That is not long time ago. And the verb here is used in the past form. For example, I cooked the food. That is example number 1. I cooked the food. I can also have another example and say, he crossed the road. We put some full stops there because of punctuation. I cooked the food, he crossed the road. So that is simple past tense. Apart from the simple past tense, we have another category of the past tense, which is the past continuous tense. Past continuous tense. With the past continuous tense, this one talks about actions that went on for some time in the past before another action took place. Talks about actions that took place in the past before another action took place. So that is the past continuous tense. And with this kind of tense, we use a helping verb that is plus past and ing form. I can have some examples in sentences, and I can say, I was going home. I was going home. when I met a wild dog. That is example one, and I can as well have another example. Musau was playing when the rain started. Musau was playing when the rain started. Learners and viewers at home, I believe you're following the lesson because the tenses are very, very important. They determine the kind of English you talk, the kind of English you write, and also your listening skills are tested in this. We have another category of the past tense, and this is a past perfect tense. Past perfect. Past perfect tense. The past perfect tense talks about actions that took place in the past and were either completed or are still going on before another action starts. Talks about actions that took place in the past and are either complete or are still going on. All still going on. So there is the past perfect tense. Now, with this one, we use it when we are talking about those actions. And in this kind of tense, we use had plus been plus ing form of the verb. For example, Koech has been reading a storybook. Koech has been reading a storybook for 20 minutes Koech has been reading a storybook for 20 minutes before the sound of a siren was heard. The sound of a siren was heard. I can also have another example in that kind of tense. Hope you're making your short notes at home. I can as well have another one. She has been working at that company for a year when she met Janet. At that company for a year when she met Janet. So that is a past perfect continuous tense. Then I know, learners, if you are around, you would be asking me questions, but you can keep on posting them. We have the other type of tense. The other type of tense, the future tense. Future tense. When you're talking about the future tense, this one refers to actions that will take place at a time to come. Refers to actions that will take place at a time to come. And in this kind of tense as well, we have 4 categories. We have the future simple tense. Future simple tense. With the future simple tense, this one refers to actions that will take place in the near future. Actions that will take place in the near future. There is not long time from now.